Isn't that George Washington on top of the colonnade? Why is he dressed in a toga? One of the most distinctive features of Washington and Lee University's campus is Old George, a wooden statue carved in 1844 from a log found in the James River. The artist, Matthew Kell, was a cabinet maker by training. He had crafted several pieces of furniture for Washington College, but had never tried his hand at sculpting. The Lexington Gazette deemed Kell a universal genius, admiring the graceful folds that adorn such a fine and commanding image of the soldier and statesman. Many have argued that the statue presents Washington as Cincinnatus, the legendary Roman farmer and statesman who voluntarily relinquished power after defeating invading forces. Washington's name became synonymous with Cincinnatus after the American Revolution. He was even appointed as the first president of the Society of the Cincinnati, a fraternal veterans organization. In 1802, following the example of their late founder, the Virginia chapter voted to grant their entire endowment to Washington Academy after an unspecified number of years. Unfortunately for the institution bearing Washington's name, stakeholders failed to finalize this agreement over the next 40 years. And by the 1840s, the newly established Virginia Military Institute seemed like a more appropriate recipient of the Cincinnati Fund. Undoubtedly, to emphasize their affinity for Washington and Cincinnatus, trustees commissioned Old George, and within a few years they received the full Cincinnati Fund, valued at $25,000. Legend has it that Old George also saved Washington College from destruction during General David Hunter's raid in June 1864. While Captain of Artillery Henry A. DuPont had no problem shelling VMI, he wouldn't dare destroy an institution patronized by General Washington. This connection would only deepen after the Civil War. Robert E. Lee had married Mary Anna Randolph Custis. Her father was Martha Washington's grandson, whom George and Martha raised from infancy. This family connection was not lost on the college. Trustees during the presidency of George Washington Custis Lee unsuccessfully petitioned the United States legislature to allocate $15,000 for the erection of a statue or other suitable memorial of George Washington. And at the turn of the century, GWC gifted the university several books belonging to Washington, as well as the priceless Peale portrait collection. But campus admiration for Washington has always consisted of more than artwork. Historian Ollinger Crenshaw called Washington's birthday the highlight of the year for students in the 19th century. Days prior to Thomas Jefferson's 1801 inauguration, students marched to town in great order with torches in their hands to commemorate General Washington's birthday and the increased spirit of republicanism. Literary and honor societies often held grand meetings on his or Lee's birthday, and by the 1970s, Washington Break began providing students a full week out of class. In recent years, the General's Redoubt has funded student trips to Mount Vernon on President's Day, and even the 2024 Calyx featured Washington's signature throughout the cover and book. To learn more about how students and alumni continue to honor George Washington, visit our website and follow us on social media.